The thing that I noticed most on all the early recordings, I mean, the massive difference between what we generally do nowadays and that is that agogics are there everywhere. Yep. Lengthening certain notes and really it feels like no one ever expected to hear a bar played exactly as it is written. And they did it individually as well. It wasn't like
within an ensemble.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily always. Someone could do it.
That was my little question, because a lot of this, well, not a lot of it. There are occasions where we're in unison.
Yeah.
So, are we going for the unison effect when it's there? Because they did also play.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah. So I mean, I think maybe with unisons, but you can have that. If a group's played together and they know that they play da ya di da di.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just like they wouldn't hear any other way.
Yes. Good example of the FARRENC.
Yeah.
So and my question also is relating to the slurs. Are the slurs affecting how you choose which notes are becoming affected, or is it harmony is the only thing that gives you that reason to play around?
I think harmony is a big thing, but but there are cases where for example, the equal, slurred pairs as we call them. In those ones, I think the recordings show that there's a lot of bending of those. So there's long short kind of thing.
It's more often long short than the other way around.
Often long short.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Little slight inegale effect.
Slurred pairs that sound like sides are often long short.
So, but just lingering on notes that we enjoy a bit more.
So if you have, particularly in solos, if you're on your own,
yep,
you can bring out harmonic notes that are important, by.
And also what I noticed so much more, the tempo modification happened together in the ensembles and the pieces that I heard, and they didn't make it up.
No,
it wasn't made up. It was. I mean, the time wasn't made up. It just got slow.
Yeah. There's no compensating.
There's no
very
which is
rare
what
is
I think we were
compensating.
very intent on trying to do when we were doing
and make up.
We were always trying to make it up, and I think that will give us that freedom to go.
Yep.
We don't need to make it up.
Yep.
We can actually just really, really enjoy the parts that we want to.
Yeah.
And like really slow down.
Yeah.
Because I think we don't allow ourselves to do that, and I reckon that will give us the freedom. And along with that, whenever there was a note that I heard that was like that the person wanted to bring out, that they arrive early on it.
Yeah.
And to me, that's kind of, it goes together, that in a way you can arrive much earlier than you think. So if you've got an accent or something, you can put it ahead of the beat miles, and then that gives you so much more time on that as a result, because you've got there early.
Yeah.
And that I noticed that, like I actually played along with the FARRENC, because I just love that piece, and it was like, whoa, okay, you're over there. Oh no, you're back here. No, you're over there, and that's what you've been doing with all the animation. You can hardly keep up, because I think our brains have that music so ingrained in our heads.
Yeah.
In tempo. Our brains are not quick to come up with that variety.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be our challenge, to keep challenging each other to do that.
Yep.
But it's going to have fun effect on you, and it did when we did the Brahms as well, because we ended up, and sometimes we might just have to put down a take that works.
Yeah.
One thing that I've noticed, I think I wrote you guys, was that with hairpins, depending on the size of them, or the length of them, I mean, the smaller ones tend to be more localized agogic, at the apex, with something expressive there, be it vibrato, portamento, or in my case, asynchrony. But for larger ones, what I noticed on some of the recordings, particularly Saint-Saëns, piano playing, is that often the start of the hairpin signifies slow down immediately. Like it's just a slower tempo suddenly.
So not getting faster to the top.
No, it's like,
Okay.
so we can,
Okay.
I think, particularly in the sound songs, we can think, is that appropriate at this moment? And I think I think these things always mean do something.
Just one more thing about vibrato.
Oh, yes.
I've observed that it's generally a narrow amplitude, but I think that it's actually a slightly slower frequency than the German style that I've heard. So it's generally a bit more relaxed, apart from in moments of extreme harmonic tension. So that's something we could aim to mix the vibrato up and to keep it a little bit slower than we've been used to.
But still a narrow
But
amplitude.
still a narrow amplitude.
Yeah.
I think it's really rare.
That's
to
the
Let's try a portamento.
yes.
Well, for us three anyway.
from the.
Yeah. Let's try yeah, definitely there. Yeah. And can we try doing one between bar 1 and 2?
Yep.
Yeah, the C to the E.
And I think actually a German style one works there. So moving on the old finger first. And then I'd be interested to hear how a bit of Inegal on the third bar sound. So maybe if we just linger a tiny bit on the first note. Yeah. And then quite a lot of time between bar 4 and 5.
It's more nagogic, isn't it?
It's nagogic, sorry, yeah.
No, just to be clear, because it's not
Yeah,
just
sorry.
da da dee da dee da, but da da dee da dee da da.
It's, yeah,
You mean
just
that?
try.
Yeah.
That's the
linger
kind
on
of
the
thing that we'd have to agree on because it's
Yeah.
26
as well.
We
Yeah.
sort of did that.
We did that anyway.
We did it.
We did do
yeah.
I mean, a lot
Yeah.
I think a lot of these things we did,
Yeah.
And then, a long time before we played bar 5. Would be nice, I think.
Okay.
These are just ideas looking on the score, so they may or may not work.
And
then,
we're going to the G sharp drum. Yep.
Lots of vib on bar 11. We've got Fort Sandy there.
Yep.
Yeah. And then slow a relaxation time-wise into the next bar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I've got an acceleration mark through bars 22 and 23. Mm-hmm. Neal, you should say if any of these make your life
No,
difficult, you should say.
it doesn't. But it could be gradually from 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.